Welcome to the Screw Tube Forum. This is John Boy's channel. Screw Oh, to sit there and spread a conspiracy theory like this, calling Putin a killer. I mean, come on. That's a conspiracy theory. They didn't let, the orange man get away with conspiracy theories. I mean, come on, man. Think about it. Biden is calling Putin a killer and saying he was meddling with the elections this time. Not only that, but the first time they're trying to say collusion, Russian collusion. All right, now Biden's saying, all right, what was the problem? Was Russia trying to stop what was happening with the voting going on? I mean, trying to make it fair, trying to take out the votes that shouldn't count that were made up and all, think about it. They're just mad because they know Putin can expose what truly happened in this election. That's all. But I just thought about that. Why is Putin allowed to sit there and get up on this world stage and call Vladimir Putin a killer? I mean, don't y'all think that's causing a lot of tension? I mean, they need to get up there. The mainstream media needs to sit there and start calling Joe out for a conspiracy theory to cool this situation down. Because we don't need to. Russia's been a good ally, and I feel like it's better to be friends with your neighbors than to be enemies with your neighbors. I mean, think about it. It just works out better if everybody just get along. Can't we all just get along? But I don't guess we can. So, hey, whoever's watching, could you hit that thumbs up? Oh, it could be Roots. Could be Roots out there. But yeah, I just wanted to say, y'all, Biden can spit out conspiracy theories and nothing said about it. But dadgum, you tell the truth and they label it a conspiracy theory on the other side. Just doesn't make any sense. Well, that's about all I got. Thanks for the thumbs up. And I'd like to thank ScrewTube for this socialist platform they supply. We got somebody else in there. Hey, could you hit that thumbs up too? It would help. Because I'm the polar message. Hell yeah, you saw the other video with the microphones. And look, the helicopter, I don't know. Maybe it's got a GPU unit on it. Or GTC, what is it? Jet turbine. Anyhow, compressor. Maybe they, like a C-130 had this little jet engine that fit in the wheel well, and it provided air. So when they wanted to start up the four motors on the plane, they used that little GTC to sit there and supply the air. Plus, it generated. So, when the airplane's sitting there with the GTC running, it's supplying power and everything to everything. So maybe that was what was going on, but that helicopter didn't look like. I mean, I don't know. You'd think the back stabilizer rotor would be spinning, and you'd think the top ones would be going because I don't know if they got a GTC on there or not. But yeah, it's a deep state, deep fake. Get your popcorn. I've been popping popcorn every day. Me and Ouija love some popcorn. Man, it's cold out here today. I guess I'm through with the title part. But man, it was like almost 80 degrees 2 days ago, almost 80 degrees 3 days ago, almost 80 degrees Florida. Today it's like 39. Cold. I'm trying to get my neighbor to get on board and head out into the woods. This is the time to find them. The big pizza is. Yes, cause the plant, it was weird before this cold, and I hardly ever see them doing it, but they were going from east to west. They're normally west to east, but everything was flying east to west, and they were making half circles, and if an airliner is flying and makes basically a 90-degree turn, they're going way off course because planes usually fly from point A to point B. It's just, they'll deny it. They call it conspiracy theory, even though there's patents for it. They talk about doing it. They say they've experimented with doing it to help reduce the solar radiation. That's blah, blah, blah. Just beating a dead horse, you know what I mean? People don't care. People don't care. How people don't care about border walls don't help, but it sure helps around the Capitol, doesn't it? And wouldn't that be considered a border wall? Only a few select entry points that you can use to get on the other side of the border wall that's around the Capitol. But a border wall will not work to divide two countries. It just don't make no sense. There's nothing I can do. There's nobody I can talk to about it. Everybody's got their own opinions. And the people that do understand, there's few and far between. And we're so scattered out, we can't do nothing about none of it. Not at all. That was weird. My live timer up there went 7:59, 8, and then it went 7:59, 8. Minutes. That was weird. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, not yet. Just hang on. Don't, you're more than welcome to come to this country, but come on, man, don't do it right now. I like popcorn with my pickles. Yeah. That joker. And then he called Chlamydia Harris, President Harris. He knows what's going on at that point. He's like, he's up there. I don't know where I am, but I know Harris is president. Why am I up here talking? What am I supposed to be talking about? Where's the helicopter? Was I going to the helicopter? I don't know. He walks like they're having to electrically impulse his leg muscles. It's like they're manipulating. It's like Weekend at Bernie's, man. Classic Weekend at Bernie's. Except for this ain't a weekend. We got 4 years of this weekend. Yeah. I don't know why I can't hardly get anybody to come in live streams anymore. Man, look, she's the one having to talk to the leaders of other countries and stuff because Joe ain't capable. That man's mental It's elder abuse. It's elder abuse at its best. That man had no right running. There's no way he was the most popular to get that many votes. There's just no way. There's just no way. The man has never done anything fruitful for this country in how many ever 40 something years he's been in government. He's never done anything for this country. But you can look back at the orange man. Man, that guy had a show on TV. Think about it. That man has been in the spotlight, and you know, people can hate him or whatever, but dude had his own TV show, and guess what? In its own little way, it was helping people. The Apprentice, you know what I mean? They were in a game show basically trying to get a job position. I mean, that's beneficial. That's positive. Donald just was himself. You're fired. Yeah, that's how he's been all his life. What you saw when he was up there, you know, at the White House was the same person he's been all his life. He and trust me, I don't care about politics, but I care about character. You know what I mean? And I can't do anything about what's being done in this country, but I can look and I can observe and I can come to my own conclusions and opinions. And I'm sure the majority of Americans can. But then you got, I don't know what's happened to America. Some of these people, I mean, Obama made a speech at a college, and he said, how did he say it again? Your truth is your truth. Something like that. So it don't matter if your truth is a lie, as long as you believe it to be truth, then therefore it's truth, and that's a fact. But yet, mainstream comes out and says facts can change. I never heard. So if facts can change, and facts pretty much truth and facts go hand in hand, right? So if facts can change, that means truths can change, and that's impossible. Save center. Both of y'all are from over in the UK, right? Save center and polar message. If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to smoke the same cigarette I've been trying to smoke since I got started. It's that cold out here. Oh man. I gotta help put up some dog kennels tomorrow. Oh, Florida? All right. I don't know why I thought you were from UK. Oh man, yeah, it's cold up here in Tennessee. AAP's Variety Channel. Wait, it ain't he will be, he is. That's what I was saying on another live, or was it this one? Why is Joe allowed to spurt out conspiracy theories about Putin? I mean, come on. They need to tame that down. They need to stomp that fire out. You know what I mean? Call them out. I mean, Trump talked truth and they called it conspiracy theories. If Putin, if that's truth or not, we better start calling it a conspiracy theory. We got to put that fire out. Man, them guys over there, they got a coalition together. All we got here in America is what? We can't trust it. Well, I better not talk about them. I don't know, y'all. Let me catch up on this. Exactly. Exactly, Poland. Yeah, I mean, well, they base off what they believe, just like this Corvette 19 going around. We believe this will work, and we believe this jab will work, and we believe. I mean, come on, people. You're basing everything off beliefs. Rand Paul sat there and was talking to Falsey and spit out scientific facts. Scientific facts. And asked, if you're vaccinated or already have had it, then you're immune. So therefore, why must people keep wearing the face covering? It's for theater. And I've already given the definition of mask before. A mask is used for one or two things: protection, which we know that mask will not protect against any virus. And the other use for a mask is for ceremonies. So, if we look at that and realize masks do not truly provide protection, therefore, these face coverings are used for ceremonies. Yep. Well, see, people don't understand. I don't know. It's going to get worse, y'all. This is just the beginning. Read Revelations. This is just the beginning. We haven't seen nothing yet. Wait till we start seeing hundreds of millions of people dying. It's going to be due to starvation, man. They're causing an economic collapse, a food collapse. Everything that's going on is caused by evil men. But you know what? When they gave their soul away, they're getting everything they wanted. Fame, for this whole like Billy Boy. Man, that Joker. I still haven't done the live on him yet about the smartest man in the world. I didn't get what is we three? Oh, I got you. Man, it don't matter. It don't matter. We've been in World War World War III for decades now. It's just not the conventional way, The Taliban has set up bases all over America. You cannot, as an American, even go through their gates, not even authorities. They will not. There's a place in Clarksville, Tennessee. It's only like maybe 200 miles from me. It's a Taliban base. No American has ever been on it because they are not allowed. But that's what I'm talking about. We got that happening. Then you got, the Chinese. They're very patient. They'll do something. It might take 30 years to get that information. They'll sit there and make a person look like an outstanding young college kid, and then he goes and gets a job, and then he sits there and advances, and he gets where he needs to be 30 years later. All that information goes to China. Exactly. We have enemies everywhere. Diversity channel. Yeah, I don't get how. I just don't get it, man. That's why I'm thinking about running for 2024. Let's get a poor, broke, white male in the White House. I will stand for the people. You know what I mean? That's what I've been about. Our constitutional rights. The Second Amendment And that's where they got that. So they've got everybody thinking the Second Amendment is about handguns. No. The Second Amendment is about being able to bear arms against an enemy that is foreign or domestic. And right now, there's a lot of domestic stuff going on up there in the White House. A lot. That's why they got the fence around them. Think about it. That, what do they call it? Insurrection. Half of it was staged. They knew it was coming. Half of that was staged. But in all actuality, I think it kind of woke them up. Wait a minute. If the real people, we the people of the United States of America got together and used our Second Amendment right. Uh-oh. It made me lose connection. They were messing with my connection. They're messing with my connection, guys. But like I said, the Second Amendment right is not just to have a gun. It's to defend our country against enemies, foreign and domestic. "15 years or better, Poland." I'm talking about it's been going on since the 70s or earlier. And you know what's so bad? It's probably the 3-letter agencies that are manipulating everything, everywhere, even against their own country. I mean, they do it. Think about it. Look at Kennedy. Look what happened to him when he was removing that director and going to break down the 3-letter. He wound up expired, and that director stayed in place. Dead man can't fire a director, right? Crazy, huh? Well, that's what I was saying, Variety. The Second Amendment is put in place so we can protect ourselves against domestic enemies and foreign enemies. But see, if a foreign enemy is coming in, we're going to see military action. And if the foreign enemy does get in, then we can, as individuals, defend our country from these foreign enemies. But when you have a domestic enemy that embeds themselves into the powerhouse of the country, it's a little bit harder to do. They start trying to come. That's why they've been pushing gun control all these years, because they're at the point where they need Americans stripped of their guns because they're taking over. Or they have taken over, I should say. I mean, come on. When people can sit there and burn down buildings and businesses and rob and loot and kill, and they call it a peaceful protest, something's wrong. When we got the Vice President of the United States saying, "Hey, do what you want, I'll post your bond," and they're the Vice President right now, today, how is that possible? Isn't that an inciting violence? If you're burning a store down, I'll post your bond, as long as you're doing it in the name of the left. I mean, come on, people. What Twilight Zone episode is this? I've never seen it before. And what gets me, they got people so divided up, flat earth, round earth. Who cares? we came from another dimension and wound up in this physical dimension, and we will, when we die, go back to that spiritual dimension. It's a fact. You can read it. This place is temporary. It's just like the smoke. It's gone. See? A vapor. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. But I know I've been outside in this cold all morning. What time is it? 11:30. I've been out 4 hours in this stuff. And it feels colder now than it did when it was in the teens. I guess because it's a wet cold. Keep looking out there on top of the hill. That's where those screams come from, right out there. And they're getting active again this time of year. There's been so many tree knocks the last 2 weeks. I thought I vaguely heard a scream 4 or 5 days ago, and I was talking to my neighbor, and he said he vaguely heard a scream like 4 or 5 days ago. I'm like, That's me and my neighbor. I can sit there and text him and go, hey, dude, this is happening right now. And then he's like, I talked to him later, and he's like, he talked to his girlfriend and said, this is happening. And then I'll text him, and he'll go, look, see, John Boy's noticing it too. And vice versa. I can sit there and be hearing stuff, or, it's hard to explain, but when they're getting, it's like they do hoots that aren't hoots, as whoos, like trying to sound like an owl, but they don't. My dog's been acting weird. Yesterday, we're down in the back, and she's doing her own little thing. Next thing I know, she's going by me at a fast trot with her ears laid back on the back of her neck. Her tail wasn't between her legs, but her tail was down. And I'm like, Ouija. And she stopped and looked at me like, I don't want to stop. And then she started walking, and I'm hearing stuff, and and I use her too. But I'll hear something, and I'll look, and she's looking at where I heard something. And I'm like, yep, that wasn't my imagination. But if I can get my neighbor, I'm fixing to go deep in the woods to this big ass Indian mound. I'm talking about big. I don't know what it is. It's a big, almost that steep mound in the middle of the woods, and it's over 100 foot tall. And it's got like a walkway that kind of goes, it ain't like a fresh walkway, but you can walk around it. And I never got to the top because I'm out in the middle of nowhere. And I start hearing like a mumbled conversation, right? I'm like, there shouldn't be people out here. So I had to pick Ouija up because she was running in the leaves. I had to sneak down that thing. I don't know. I got to thinking back later, maybe that wasn't people. Maybe I was hearing the big feets talking, because I didn't understand them, but it was clear somebody was talking. It was like, rah, 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 rah. I could tell it's two different voices, but I couldn't understand the words. But it was loud enough, I should have been able to hear the words, And I didn't think about it till years later. Oh, there you go. Well, look, Save Center, Polar Message, Variety Channel. I appreciate y'all coming in here. I'm probably fixing to get off of here, man, because my hands are froze. I can't keep this cigarette lit for nothing. So anyhow, y'all have a great day. And I might go live again. Who knows? I haven't done much lives here lately. So y'all take it easy. This is John Boy out.